G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. A super quick message before we get into today's topic. If you're watching the channel, chances are it's because you or someone you know sent it to you directly. So, while you're here, why not hit the subscribe button? Yes? Maybe? How about this? If you like it, do us a favour, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications and hit the like button. Alright, shilling over. Let's get to the topic. This is going to be an important topic today, so pay attention because it's for your own benefit. Critical thought. Critical thought. Well, how do we define critical thinking? To understand the process of how it works in our minds, we need to understand how it relates to the science of sociology, or rather, thinking sociologically. Well, what does this mean? Well, the beautiful thing about possessing a sociological mindset is that nothing is as it seems. The very essence of sociology is rejecting preconceptions that offer common sense as an explanation for why things are. Nothing is natural. It's all nurture. It's all social. People have no natural traits about them. They're all socialized based on the social factors in their lives. They're all products of their environment. Critical thinking allows us to look deeper into an issue until a social cause is found. A sociological imagination allows us to break down information. Facts tell us what, but sociology tells us why. So why is this important? Well, because unfortunately not everybody is born with the natural proclivity to think this way. I'm inclined to thinking critically, and I really hope that everybody watching is too. I'm dead ass serious. I hope you find this a really boring episode. It means that you already see the world this way, not accepting things on face value, and looking deeper into an issue to really ask why. And that's what this episode is all about. It's not until you reject common sense and start to look as to why something is, can you really understand how a social structure influences your life. In other words, without a critical mindset, you can't think for yourself. Which, like I said earlier, I hope you get nothing out of this episode. If you watch, learn a lot, and get something out of it, afraid I might have some bad news for you. But listen, don't you fret, don't you frown, turn that sad face upside down. Everybody might not be born with the natural proclivity towards this way of thinking, but I believe that everybody is capable of learning to see the world in this way. We'll talk about how this can be done and why it's important. But first, let's apply our critical rationale to some social issues, reject the common held assumption, and try and discern a social cause. So, first up, let's talk about the pink tax. I know what you're thinking, the pink tax, what are we, 2018? Yeah, alright, I know, but stick around and we'll discern if it's legit. So what is the pink tax? Well, it's a claim that women pay more than men for being, well, women. It's been described as a tax on being female, that there's a conspiracy against women to pay more than men for products, namely toiletries and dry cleaning. And it's true, women do pay more than men for toiletries and dry cleaning, but a conspiracy against women? Well, that doesn't sound like a social structure. Let's take a deeper look until we find a social answer. So why do women pay more for dry cleaning? Is it because they're women? Well, no, it's to do with how men and women's clothes are made. Men's shirts have a very uniform, box shape. Women's shirts are shaped differently to men's and lack the one-size-fits-all shape of men's. This means that it requires more time and effort to clean a woman's shirt, due to the less accommodating shape. So what about bathroom products? Well, this one's pretty easy to explain. Women's products contain a greater quality and quantity of ingredients in the makeup of products of comparable size. Okay, well that makes sense. More goes into the product, and therefore the price must be raised. We figured it out. There's no conspiracy against women, it's just simple economics. More goes into the product, so the price must be raised to recuperate the cost. Well, thanks for watching, guys. It turned out to be a quicker episode than I thought, but hey, we got the answer. Well, I mean, at least we had an economic one, but that doesn't give us a social explanation. Just like Inception, we must go deeper. We'll come back to dry cleaning, but right now I want to know why the makeup of women's products is different to men's. Because women's products are marketed differently than men's. Men's products have nowhere near the advertising presence that women's do. Women's products are advertised and marketed so much more creatively than men. Products shaped like flowers, shells, cakes, muffins, every shade of pink imaginable, 6 quadrillion cents. Toiletry companies are taking advantage of women's natural proclivity to wanting the cute pink shit that smells like 14 different fruits. And that's simply it. There's a demand in the market and they're meeting it. Did anyone pick up on that? I realised I just said the worst thing a sociologist can utter. The N-word. Natural. Yes. I made the mistake of assuming the marketing of women's products was done out of some kind of exploitation of a natural desire for a particular kind of style or design. Remember, we are rejecting common sense, rejecting what's natural. We must go deeper. Why do women seemingly have the natural proclivity towards the cute pink shit? How are women socialized into product consumption? Girls are sexualized from a much earlier age and to a much greater degree than boys. The importance of self-care is impressed upon girls way before they reach puberty. And here we have it, our social answer. The boys in puberty? Throw them a can of deodorant, they shave once a month, they're good. Girls are socialized into a demanding level of self-care. Soaps, scents, creams, moisturizers. Shave your legs, gonna need a razor for that. Some shaving cream, some afterburn balm, some moisturizer to make sure that your legs stay smooth. But it's got to be different from the one you use on your face. Women are socialized into growing their hair out. Men don't have long hair, women do. Why? Just cause. Again, socialization. The longer your hair, the more care it's going to need. And with long hair, you can do more with it. Curl it, straighten it, dye it, style it, bleach it. And with all of this styling, there's a host of products you'll need to treat your hair. This brings us back to dry cleaning. Why are women's shirts shaped differently? Because you need a shirt that comes in at the waist that shows off that figure. And I haven't even touched on makeup. So, is the pink tax a tax on being a woman? Yeah. But not for any natural reason. They've all been constructed. They're all social structures that exist within our society and can only be perceived through critical examination. And it's only through critical examination can you be aware of their existence and how much they influence your life. So why don't we try and break something factual down and see if we can't find a social cause. Statistics only tell us so much. They tell us what, but they don't tell us why. And the statistic I want to take a look at is 1350. Originally popularised on the Ku Klux Klan founded forum Stormfront, 1350 is a racist shitpost frequently used by racists, Nazis and white supremacists in an attempt to smear the black community. 1350 is a reference to the first line in the original shitpost. Despite making up only 13% of the population, 50% of the violent crime in America is committed by black Americans. Okay, so like the pink tax, on the surface level, it's true that 50% of violent crime in America is committed by the black community. So using our critical minds, let's try and figure out why. Well, the racist explanation, in fact the whole message behind the 1350 shitpost, is an attempt to justify a racist notion that black people are just more naturally inclined towards acts of crime. There's that word again, natural? Get that word the fuck out of here. We use our brains on this channel, let's look deeper. So we have to ask, why are black people overrepresented in crime statistics? Well, what inclines people to crime? Poverty. Crime runs a high risk but offers a high reward. Think about it, our society does not cultivate a drive in young people to crime, it endeavours to push them towards marketable careers. So why then do people not pursue legitimate careers? A deeper look. Why are young people in black communities driven to crime? Why can't they pursue a career that doesn't involve crime? Well, I said it before, poverty breeds crime, and if you're black and born in America, there's a decent chance that you'll be born into poverty. So having been born in the area you grew up in, you're not off to a good start. Maybe on top of that, you're raised by a single parent. If you live in an impoverished area, then you'll grow up attending an underfunded school. Larger classes, teachers are overworked and under-equipped, outdated or lacking in modern technology, few, if any, extracurricular activities. And that's not even the worst of it. Maybe you have to get a part-time job to help your parents pay the bills, time that you could have spent studying instead. If you graduate at all, given the competitive and commoditized nature of American education, your college prospects are pretty grim, and because the community you live in is impoverished, it doesn't attract any new businesses, leading to less job opportunities and less income circulating around the community, keeping it impoverished. So when you live in poverty, of a mediocre education, your community has few jobs available, and the ones that are horrible, back-breaking, soul-crushing wage slave jobs. Is any fucking wonder the people that live in these communities turn to crime as an alternative? On top of this, black communities are more heavily policed. A large contributor to those statistics are racist cops. Black Americans are more likely to be searched when stopped, more likely to receive harsher sentences. It's been irrefutably proven that race is a factor in policing. When presented with this choice, poverty and drudgery, or potentially huge payoffs with crime, what would you do? Alright, so we've seen the sociological imagination in use. We also know why we have to use our critical rationale. It enables us to see these social structures and detect their influence in society. So why is this important? Because like I said at the top, not everybody possesses the capability to think critically without being taught. Now we are seeing the result and suffering the consequences. In the last 50 odd years, there's been a surge in anti-intellectualism. Perfectly intelligent people not challenging the information they're presented with and are instead deferring to quackery and pseudoscience. As a result, we have people running around claiming that the earth is flat, vaccines cause autism, and just recently, 5G causes coronavirus. The problem is our schooling. The school system needs to be reconstructed, which could be an episode in and of itself. Most important of all though, kids are taught too much of what to think. They need to be taught how to think. Maybe if this was the case, we wouldn't be in this fine mess we've made ourselves. People would be staying home, listening to the experts, and this crisis would be over a lot sooner already. So this is why I'm bringing it up, to highlight the importance of critical thinking. Well, that's really the whole reason I'm making this video, to make you, the audience, aware if you don't possess it already. And I'm bringing it up early in my channel because the topics I will be covering require a sociological mind to comprehend them. I can't stress enough its necessity. And I want you along for the ride. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like my content so far, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm Louis Vuitton. I'll see you all next time.